Hey guys, Ryan here and welcome to today's daily drive. I'm literally blocking a whole lane right now, sneaking across. There we go. On the way home from an awesome day at Winning HQ, and today for you guys, I'm going to be talking about the number one tool that you can use to overcome fear. Overcome fear. We know that anything that we want to get and achieve in our lives can be achieved by the right execution, the right action. But the only thing that stops us from taking action is fear. Doesn't matter whether it's your health, wealth, relationships, or whatever it is, the only thing that can stop us is fear. Let's think, for example, about our health. Let's think about our health. So how do we achieve our health goals? Well, we need to have the right nutrition, we need to have the right fitness, we need to have the right mindset. So let's say, for example, we need to go to the gym and we're going to smash out a session. The only thing that can stop us from doing that is being scared to go to the gym and push yourself. Let's say we want to, the only thing that can get us results with our nutrition is to obviously meal prep properly. And you could be scared of putting in that effort, that hard work, or it could just be laziness, but it's fear that comes from that. It's the fear that maybe you can't sustain it or keep it going or whatever it is, but it is fear that stops us. Fear that stops us. Think about any result that you want to achieve in your business. Let's say you want to get some marketing efforts happening. It's fear that stops us from putting ourselves out there. And so if we can overcome that fear, we can do the action. If we do the action, we get the results. So we'll achieve the body of our dreams, have the business of our dreams. We will find that woman of our dreams. If we want to find the woman or the man of our dreams and we see that amazing person that we're really interested in across from the room and we're really afraid to approach them, and we don't take that action, we're not going to get the result, i.e. score ourselves a date and have the chance to make a positive impact on that amazing potential partner's lives. It's fear that stops us. So in this video, guys, I'm going to share with you how you can overcome fear at any moment. It doesn't matter what the fear is, how you can just shatter it. I literally wrote a book that hasn't been published yet on fear, on this one topic. And this is one of the main things I talk about in this book. It's called perspective. Perspective is a tool that I'm going to teach you guys to overcome fear. It comes in three main ways. All right, but before I get into that, I want to give you guys an update of what happened at Winning HQ today. We've had some awesome advancements. We've got a new full-time social media person on board, which is super exciting. Really, really cool chick. And since then we've launched a video out there, which has been cool. It's got really, really cool traction. So we checked it today, got 350 shares so far, which is awesome. This new video, 30,000 views, which is great for us on Facebook. Really exciting stuff, getting that message and that impact out there, which is really, really cool. Also spoke to a couple of new people that will be joining Winning International as clients, which is really, really cool. It's just an all-in awesome day. We've also planned some really exciting videos, also launched a campaign out there, which was great as well. So fun, exciting times. One thing that's actually really, really exciting is we've almost finished editing, or Joel, the videographer's almost finished editing what we call our retreat documentary. So we ran this awesome retreat in the Whitsundays, which if you guys have been watching the rest of the daily drives, you would have heard me talk about. And actually I was going to stop for a second, go past this house that I marvel at on the way home from the office. There's just an absolute awesome, really cool architecturally designed place that I love. So guys, we just got back from Whitsundays. Next retreat is in Vegas. So we locked in our accommodation and the venue for Vegas, and it is sexy as. Really just so pumped for it. It's going to be amazing. We've almost finished editing the retreat documentary, so we'll be launching that soon, just to give you guys an idea of what we do at these retreats, because it's crazy intense. We do lots of stuff, and just the level of intensity and fun and strategy that we go through can't really be seen unless you kind of get an inside look. So I've created this little mini documentary that's almost finished being edited, final cut, and then it'll be getting launched ASAP, which is really exciting. But one of our other mini documentaries is the one that's got the 30,000 views, which is really cool. And on top of that, it's about to get a whole lot more. we're about to get a whole lot more because we've got 4 more little mini docos that still need to be launched, and we're doing a mini documentary every single week, which is really exciting as well. So plenty of value and really cool videos to come. But guys, back to perspective. Here's what we need to do. There are 3 ways that we can get perspective, but the tool that we use to eradicate fear and move past anything that's holding you back in the moment to then therefore execute and get results is perspective. And there are 3 things we need to do to overcome it. The first one is we need to understand that life is short. We need to understand that life is short. And what I mean by that, guys, is that whenever we're feeling fear, it doesn't matter what the fear is about, whenever we're feeling fear, the reason it becomes so strong is, number 1, because fear was created to protect us. Fear is a instinctual emotion state that is induced on our body to help us actually get through and protect us from potential life-threatening situations. And for that reason, we kind of got to give fear credit. To some extent, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for fear. Think about it, going back to caveman days. From a survival point of view, if we didn't feel fear, we'd go up to pat some crazy beast on the face. We see a saber-toothed tiger, no fear, go give it a pat on the nose, tears us to shreds, we're dead. Without the fear, we would have just died. You know, we're on the edge of a cliff face, just dancing around, don't give a shit. No fear, who knows, slip off, die, boom, dead. You go in terms of like, from like a social point of view, you go up and you're a guy, you want to approach like one of the girls and say hi to them in the tribe, and you approach the wrong girl, so it's one of the tribal leaders' girls, and what happens? You get clubbed to death. Boom, gone, dead again. You know, the reason that we've got these predefined instincts is to keep us alive. We need to respect that, understand that it's a strong force. But the reason it becomes so powerful in our body is because we've got no perspective in the situation. We are just thinking in our heads. So the pressure of that emotion, the pressure of that feeling is being jammed into our head, and it is so strong in that moment that what pretty much happens is, because it is such a big force in a small area, it takes over our entire body. Think about it. You get on stage, you're afraid of public speaking, and you're shaking, it takes over your whole body. Like that whole hour or 2 hours before, it's literally taken over your entire body because the fear is that strong. But it's strong because it's a big, powerful feeling in a small space, because in that small space, it becomes big. So if we want to make that fear smaller or get rid of it altogether, we need to therefore shrink the fear. If we're going to shrink the fear, the best way to do that is by, instead of having that big emotion in a small space like our brain, we need to zoom out and allow it to be a strong feeling, but in a big space, so it's shrunken in light of the reality or the big situations. Because if we're stuck thinking small, it's stuck here, it becomes everything. We're trapped in our head. However, let's think about this for a moment. Again, I said this, perspective allows us to shrink that fear because it brings up the truth of the situation. So the first one, as I said, life is short. Time is long, life is short. Like, life is short, but time is long, and I'll give you guys some perspective. The earth has been here for literally 4.5 billion years. Like, that is some insane amount of time for the earth to be here. Think about it. The average lifespan of an adult, a human adult, is 80 years. And if we divide 80 into 4.5 billion years, it's 56 million. So 56 million times 80 years, our life is just one 80-year block. Side by side in amongst 1 in 56 million blocks. That's our whole existence, is 1 in 56 million of what's happened in the past. But the thing is, guys, it's gonna keep going that way. It's not just gonna stop. Like, time is gonna continue to pass. And we get that one little gap, that one tiny chunk. That feeling of fear, that situation, that event that you gotta do, or that little tasks that you have to do might go for, like, let's say 10 minutes, an hour. So not even one day. In 1 year of 1 80-year life of 1 in 56 million chunks of this 80-year block. It's fucking ridiculous. It's phenomenal. It's crazy to think how long the time of this planet and this universe has been here versus a tiny little snippet. In 2 days' time after you do this action, even if it goes terribly and you run an event and it's terrible, 2 days later everyone forgets. 1 year later, no chance of people remembering. 80 years later, our whole life, you're dead, it doesn't matter. And if we go, let's say 10 80-year chunks down the track, that's 800 years. Is anyone going to remember your little stint, you approaching that girl, you going to the gym, you stepping up and saying how you feel and expressing yourself? Or do you think it's just going to go down in time and be forgotten forever? Fucking oath it will. That's the truth. That's a reality. Because we've got 56 million cycles of these 80-year chunks. 56 million. That baffles me and it gives me perspective. It shrinks the fear because I realize, hang on a second, why the fuck am I getting so nervous about this when in the big scheme of things, it is nothing. It is nothing. It is the smallest, tiniest little action, feeling, emotion, event ever. And all we need to do is literally get past that and just get on with life. Because we've got, you know, our life, it only goes for 80 years and we got 56 million of these 80-year chunks. You know, in 180-year chunks, that's 8,000 years. Do you remember what happens or know what happened on Earth 8,000 years ago? Absolutely not, because we can't remember that much history. We can only engulf and engage so much. What about 1,000 things down the track? That's 80,000 years. Imagine 80,000 years into the future. Will your presence be remembered? No, actually no. Absolutely it will not. So we got to get some perspective. Life is short. That is the first little tool. So if you're feeling fear, you're scared of getting up on stage, just think about how short your life is. Think about how small and insignificant that moment in time is going to be in the big scheme of things, and realize it will be forgotten. If not an hour after the event, a day after the event. If not a day after the event, a year after the event. If not a year after the event, one whole life away, or 10 lifespans away, it will be forgotten. That's the first tool. The second tool is understanding that life is, or the universe is big. Because if that fear is big in your head, it seems real, it seems powerful at the time. But if you realize how small that thought is in the size of, in the scheme of the universe, there's this really cool tool online. If you type in to Google scale of the universe tool, it's this crazy, awesome kind of like interactive tool where you can zoom in and it shows you the size of things. So, it puts our planet into perspective with the Great Wall of China, in perspective with the size of a house cat, in perspective with, the size of a sperm, like just all these random things. And it gets smaller, 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 bigger, bigger, bigger. You can zoom in and zoom out and it shows you like, respective sizes, which is pretty cool, like little thing. And it gives perspective. It's really cool. Think about this for a second. I never knew this, guys. But the sun, let's just think about the sun for a second. It's right in my eyes right now, speaking of that. The sun is actually, I used to think that the sun was 20, 30 times bigger than Earth. The size of the sun, this just blew my mind. The sun is actually 1 million times bigger than the Earth. So if you times the Earth's size by 1 million and get all that matter, all that size, all that space, it'll fit into one sun. That's it. 1 million Earths, one sun. And that solar system is like one solar system amongst at least 1 million others. Like, this is something that I never knew, but there's another sun out there. Like, we think our sun's big. There's a sun that's thousands of times bigger than our sun. Excuse me, cheeky burp. And it is legitimately, if you were to be flying like an aircraft around it, going like 800 to 1,000 kilometers per hour around this other sun, it would take you 1,400 years, not hours, 1,400 years to get around that sun once, to fly around that sun once. 1,400 years to fly around that sun once. That's how big it is. And there's just another random sun out there. Like, the size of some of the things on this earth are just, in this universe, are ridiculous. And you're worried about that tiny little piece of fear that's in your head, that's like a microscopic thought that we're turning into this big thing by allowing it to engulf us. It's ridiculous, rationally. And in the moment, while that emotion has taken over our body, it's holding us captive and it's holding us, ransom to that feeling. It's stopping us from doing the action we need to get results. So we need to get perspective on how massive the universe is. We've all heard that kind of little saying that there are more stars and planets than there are grains of sand, on every single beach in the world. And that is actually true. It's not a false little thing. There are billions and billions and trillions of pieces of sand. Like, you pick up one handful of sand, it's a huge amount of sand. There are billions and trillions of planets and stars out there. Our universe is I can't comprehend it. Incomprehensible. Like, it is that fucking ridiculously huge. It's just baffling. And the thing is, guys, in light of all that, if we're allowing our fear to hold us captive, it makes no logical sense. No logical sense. So here's what I prescribe you to do. Every time you feel fear, either understand that life is short and the universe is fucking you just ginormous. It's crazy. Okay, that's the second tool. The third tool to get perspective and therefore overcome fear, because I don't know, when I'm thinking about that, all of a sudden I'm no longer giving a shit about the nerves of approaching that girl. I'm like, what the fuck ever? It's one little doing on one earth, which is one star, in one little shopping center, in one little city, in one little country, in one little planet, in one little solar system, in one little galaxy. It's just so small. Like, our body is so small in light of, the size of the whole universe. It's crazy. That's tool number 2. The third tool is that life is beautiful. It is impossible to feel a sense of fear when you're being grateful. When you got your hand on your heart and you're just realizing how fucking amazing this gift of life truly is. And it's so easy to get stuck in the grind and just doing, trapped in the box of our reality, and forget to truly 100% be grateful. Be thankful for the people in your life. Be thankful for the trees. Be thankful for everything that we define as being a part of our reality. How the fuck do we get this magical gift, this opportunity to live in this amazing planet, in this amazing society, with all the opportunities to eat, drink, play, have relationships, it's just do sport, all fun activities. Our life is a fucking gift. It's a miracle. Like, how did this even come to be? And we forget about that so often because we get stuck in what is the grind. We don't get perspective on the gift of life and feel grateful for that. And the more grateful we feel, the less fear we feel. Trust me when I say that. If you're connected fully to love and gratitude, it's impossible to be scared. If I'm about to do a presentation to an audience, I don't pump myself up and be like, boom, time to go, boom. It's like, I'm thinking, how fucking lucky am I that I have the opportunity to influence these amazing people? How lucky am I? Like, how awesome is this? That I get the chance to stand up there and influence the lives of the people in front of me. It's a gift. It's amazing. It's a blessing. And when I feel like that, the fear fucking goes instantly. I'm not thinking about judgment. I'm not trying to force the results. I'm just grateful. It's such an amazing thing, and we all have so many things to be grateful for as well. So here's what I suggest we do right now. Understand those 3 weapons to combat fear. Perspective used with life is short, the universe is big, and life is magical. So life is short, life is big, life is magical, life is beautiful. Just makes me like, no, there's nothing that I'm afraid to do right now. I could run naked through the streets and not give a shit, because who cares? It's like one little speck, one little scene on this earth for one little point of time. It is nothing. Such a small deal. Okay? So here's the thing, guys. Perspective. Your secret weapon. I use perspective all the time. But to make decisions, and big decisions, like let's say, for example, I know that I want to start to do more video content. What do? I hire a videographer. Who gives a shit? I use perspective to get over the fear of making a big decision. I make the big decision. That decision, therefore, impacts my life in an amazing way, and I get the results because I made a big decision. So I know that if I've got a full-time videographer, I'm going to create more videos. I create more videos, I impact more lives. I impact more lives, I get more clients. It's as simple as that. It's fucking awesome. Grow my impact, everything happens. So I make that decision of hiring a videographer, which is nerve-wracking because I've got to pay someone a full-time salary to literally just do videos. And now what? We literally do minimum 4 value, like literally every week I do around, do around 20 videos, minimum 20 videos. So across a 90-day period, I'll do 360 pieces of content. It's fucking ridiculous. And I do that based on the fact that I've got someone to help me. Tomorrow we're gonna go out and film a bunch of vlogs, pick somewhere cool, you're gonna create some amazing content, get it done. Yeah, because I go there, Joel, videographer, gets it done. Like right now, Joel literally in the morning, he'll grab this footage, pick it out, edit it, upload it, and then you guys have got your daily drive to enjoy. You know, I just have to jump in the car, the things are already in here, the GoPros are set up and ready. This is filmed by GoPros, and you know, it's all ready. And then I just got to jump in here and be my best, get it done. So that's a decision, but I use perspective as a tool to get over the fear of making that big decision that therefore influences my whole life up until that point, and from that point forwards as well, more from that point forwards. So that's it from me, guys. Time to get home, spend some time with my partner. I've got a couple of quick sales calls that I need to do as well, but I love you guys. You have an amazing day, have an amazing week. Make sure you tune into the Daily Drive tomorrow, where we'll be talking about another topic that you can use to make your life and business more powerful. So that's it from me, guys. Much love. Peace out.